Hello everybody, how's it going? Okay, well I've got a whole lot of paper here. A ton of paper. What am I doing with all this paper? Well, what I am doing is, remember back when I did all this coffee dyeing? I did all of these guys, and I have my dictionary pages now. I have all the scrapbook paper that I did. And this was a couple months ago that I did all of the music sheets and everything. So what my intention was to make some junk journals. I follow Nick the Booksmith and I love what she makes. This is just coffee dyed. And the coffee dye is instant coffee that I get at the dollar store, and I make it super strong. So I use like a half a jar, to do a stack of papers. Nick the Booksmith, and then she has there's another person who also does great junk journals, and for me, I of course make things to sell. Hopefully someday they sell. That's the goal. And so I've been putting some signatures together today. I did video it, but in truth, I don't know if it's really interesting enough to worry about putting up. I might not put up that video just because I do a bit too much rambling in it, to be honest. And I'm kind of in a rambling mood, so that's a bit unfortunate right now. This is just some vintage photo, distressed oxide. You can use whatever ink you have sitting around. This is not seeming to do much of anything here. This vintage photo is most likely pretty close to used up, actually. I used to use these quite a bit. I haven't used them for a while. I do want to get back to playing with them. They are a great tool, and they make some really cool patterns. And, so this is distressed ink. So this is actual ink, not oxide, which is good. Not sure when I got this. I buy things on sale, and I just keep them around because I know that eventually I'll use them. Of course I'm going to use gathered twigs, or if they're on clearance, then I snap them up in a heartbeat. I don't know if this is necessary. I don't think I really love what it's doing. These guys are out of this book, Birds, Wildflowers, and Trees, An Introduction to Nature. And, the redwood. I should use the redwood. I should use some of the tree ones, but I've already pulled out quite a few of the bird and the flowers. And, yeah, just working on putting these together. And, most of my pieces are between 4x8 and 5x9. And there I have a dictionary page. I'm going to flip that around there. So it's a little bit prettier up front. There. I like that better. So this was coffee dyed, dictionary page, just regular. So this was a dollar store book that I just tore it apart. I did not use expensive paper for these. Old music sheets. So when I coffee dyed them, I dried them in my microwave, and these I left a little bit too long. So they started to burn. Whew. They did. They started to burn. So I have a very small microwave. So I did them about every 3 to 4 minutes. Again, this is scrapbook paper that's been coffee dyed, tea dyed, however you want to call it. Got about 11 pages in there. That's probably too many. We'll pick out one of those. I mean, you want to have places where people can write things, but you also want to have all the cool stuff in there. But mainly, I want people to buy it. So what type of things are people going to buy? So they've got to have pleasing colors, a pleasing theme. It has to feel good. It has to look good. It has to be unique. Maybe I can make a pocket out of that. So there's one signature done, and I have about 10 pages in each signature. Let's see what I got on this one. Music sheet. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's put something pretty in the middle here. Oh, yeah, see what I wanted to do was actually make 3 pockets right there. Forgot about that. But I'll have to do that after I attach everything all together. Let's put something else over the top of the signature though. Just a piece of scrapbook paper that I've cut down. I don't know if we need 2 pieces of scrapbook paper in there. I love him. Spink, spink, spink. Oops. Not completely crooked. I love the name. I want the name to show. God darn it. Oh, that's a pretty awesome pocket, huh? Got a couple wrinkles in it. know what it is about this Fabri-Tac that causes it to explode. It just kind of keeps coming out of the top. Oh well. Oh well. You can do this with whatever you want. You could use two-sided tape. You could use a sewing machine. You can use whatever your heart desires to attach these little pockets. Bobolink. Chi. That'll make a great pocket. See? And then these three are going to make a pocket too. There's 1, 2, 3 together. Triple pocket, just like that. Bloop, bloop. Bloopity bloop, 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 bloop. I think I have an open ink pad under here somewhere. All right, I'm just going to play with these, guys, and I'll bring you back when I start to do something with them, but this is going to take me quite a while to do all of these guys up, because I've got a lot of paper. I'd like to throw some of these guys in too. Well, not those two, because those are really amazing. But, no, that won't work there. But it would work like here. Right? So I'm also planning on probably making the bindings, making the covers. I'm not really sure on that. Oh God, I'm so tired. The stress factor's pretty intense right now. My boss was sick today, so I got him to go home, but yeah. Alright, that's got to be like that. I don't love that cover. What else can we put on there to make it prettier? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, let's do one of these guys. Oh, that's beautiful. Right? So, it's not a pocket right now. How do we make it a pocket? Well, we just... we don't want to cut off all that good stuff, do we? And now it's a pocket. Probably should have done that a little bit more scientifically. I thought I had bought one of those scissors that makes a jaggedy. I did. Will it work? That's at least a little better. Those are cool. There. Now we have a pocket. And a 10-page signature. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's put this guy up front. Let's just make it a pretty decorative element if that's what it's going to be, right? Hello, hello artists, how are you doing? What do I got going on now? I have been smooshing paper all day long. Well, I was at work so that my pages would compact a little nicer. And I think it worked, right? Cool. All right. So I've been doing lots and lots of stuff. Here I've got these little guys. I thought I had 5 each here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I could do 5 signatures of these little guys. And these are what, 3x5s. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can do 3 signatures per little book here. Now they've flattened out quite a bit. That would be 60 pages. I'll think about that. And then here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I was going to do 3 with 5 signatures. So I think it's okay that we only have 3 signatures in these skinny tall ones. Kind of more of a travel notebook size. So it's definitely a little bit more friendly. So this little guy, I'll show you what I put in here. So this is a little pocket. Here's another pocket. A little copy dyed doily, some music sheets, some paper to write in. Do that. Paper, graph paper, little map, and then I made a 2 pockets, paper, and then just finishing it up like that. So that is that one. And what I'm going to do with these is I need to pick a kind of a standard size. So what I don't have book covers for these yet, and I can either look for book covers or I can make my own. So I have thought about making my own. I watched more videos on how to do it today. Got the refresher course from Nick the Booksmith. She has this Journal Basics video series, and it's NIK the Booksmith, Nick the Booksmith. I would highly suggest checking out her stuff. She does really cool projects, and she's very clear and concise, and she makes very, very beautiful art. Things that I would like to buy myself. So, you know, if somebody makes something that I would buy, then I definitely am going to choose that person to learn from. Okay, so remember, I am just totally guessing on how to do these. And like I said, I've watched videos on it, but this is the first time I've done it. So you're going along on this journey with me. And I think what I want to do here first, truly, if I can find my metal ruler, there it is, trim these puppies down to the same size. So, okay, this cover is 6 inches. This one is 6 inches. This one is 6. This one is 6, which this all makes sense that these are all the same size because it was a 12, you know, it was a standard size sheet of scrapbook paper. So I think what I want to do though is cut them down to 5 inches instead of 6 inches. And that way it should cause these to line up a little bit better. So here I have a folder sheet, graph paper, more coffee dyed, dictionary pages. Oh, hold on. I've kind of decided to, if I didn't put holes in these, I've kind of decided not to put them in the book. Although I feel guilty taking it out. But I really love those, how they've turned out. So, yeah, I kind of changed my mind on putting those guys in. Now, what I was thinking, though, was to put some of these guys in. Here and there. For a bit of color and something different. And why not? I've got a ton of them. And, you know, I don't want to use my bestest ones. But, you know, I've got a bunch of these, so why not use them? Then I get to make more of them, right? That one's really pretty. This one's actually quite beautiful. You know, I definitely have my palette, don't I? I have colors that I really like to use. Which is standard, you know, everybody does. That's what makes us unique and individual artists. This is going to be a little pocket. And just fold that baby right up. And we'll cut it with the rest of this. Now, I want to be sure probably not to cut the bottom of this because that's where I have all my folds at. So if I cut the very bottom, the chances are that I'll cut off my dang folds, right? So let's get this bottom piece to where we want it. Okay, let's pull out this guy. This guy's pretty handy. I just got this at Tuesday morning for $10. I was stoked. It's a rotary cutter. Pretty cool tool. Again, this is something that I saw Nick the Booksmith do. Use the rotary cutter, and I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty handy. I need one of those. Okay, so where is that one book? This is one I had started on. Maybe I'll use that one later on though. It's good. It's a good book. Oh, that's why I didn't want to use those books. because I don't want to use a pre-made book because nothing's going to be thick enough. I need to have something that's gives me at least 1.5 inches binding, if not, yeah, I think 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Somewhere in there. Okay, so So 1 2/3, wait, 1 3/4 wide binding. And you know, I wonder where my cutter is. Oh gosh. Okay, well this will make it nice and easy. Let's just make sure everything's pounced down properly for this cut. And then we'll rearrange it. Okay, where'd my metal ruler go? I know, oh gosh. Okay. Since I'm going to be making my book cover, I think 5.5 will be fine. And as you can see, I'm lining it up here. Oh, you probably can't see that. Oh, I thought I was lining it up. By golly, we are only concerned with this side right at this moment. Come on, buddy. Quit being so dang difficult here. It's been a long day at work, truly. Everything lines up much better. It's a very pretty cut also. Very clean looking. I like that. Perfect. Okay, so then let's see how tall we are. We want to go, I think, 8 inches tall. So what, we're going 5.5 by 8. We want to go 8, 8.5. Well, let's go 8. You know, 5 by 8 is a very standard book size, and so it's going to feel familiar for people. That's not good. Okay, so we're just like 1/2 millimeter under there. Okay, so we do not want that piece to be somewhere where it's going to be completely lost, though. So let's go that direction with it. Maybe we should just put it on the outside. That would be pretty. That's beautiful. Okay. And all of these are lined up properly. That piece is very wrinkly. Okay, so it's got a battery in it of some sort. Let's close that puppy up. All right. Okay, I'm gonna see if I have any more clips that I can steal off of here. All right, so if we have, I don't know where my notes were. Well, that will keep. Okay, so my very uncool very boring journal. I don't know where that pencil went to. So we had 1 3/4. Oh God. And we did binding. The page is 5.5 by 8. So we want a 1/4 inch on each side. So that would put it at the cover. Is it the pages? Oh, I'm tired. So that would be 6 by 8.5 cover. So we need 2 of those. And then we need 8.5 by 1 3/4 for the binding. All right. Let's do the second one here. This one has all sorts of cool things in it. A pocket there, another large pocket here, third. Cool. Beautiful. All right, how do I want to line them up? Like that. All right. So all right, what I have for book covers is cards. Swoopy. Swoopy, darling. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. Paper Accents, 25 sheet smooth chipboard. It's 50 point. 12 by 12. And this is really quite heavy. Not quite that heavy. That heavy. Still has some flexibility to it, which I don't love. Not lying. Okay. Where's our notebook? Seriously. Guys. I should probably not do this tonight. Okay, so we need one piece that's 8.5 by 1 3/4. And then we need 2 that are 6 by 8.5. So I should be able to get one full cover out of this. So this way, let's go the 8.5 first. Actually, let's go the 1 3/4 first. Right? So there's our binding. All right, and then 8.5 here. Okay, and then we have to slice this by 6, which since it's 12 inches, it should be perfect half. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, nice. Get 2 bindings in one. I should have cut this one too by 8.5. Oh, hey, that'll work. That'll work perfect. Okay, 8.5. I'm actually gonna do this one a touch under. Let's see, that's 1 3/4. So I'm gonna do this down to 1.5. Is that too much? That leaves for a 1/4 inch of fold on each side. It's probably a little bit much. Three-quarters is right there. No, we're going to leave it. We are going to do it to there. Okay. So what this is for is this is how I will hide the seaming. I will attach the seaming to this guy. If my calculation is correct, which it's not. Now, if I were to do a book, see, I don't want it to be expanding too much right off the bat, because you want to leave space for it to grow, right? I would think what would be ideal is if I had 4 pages in here. So that would be 80 pages, and see how nice that feels comparatively. But then it feels almost a little wimpy. Do I want a big fat expanding book? I think I want it to be 2 inches wide. And then I can use this for the signature card. So let's cut up another slice. Taking 2 inches off. By 8.5. See how there we're doing that instead of like that. This one was way too skinny. This one feels better already. See? That's perfect. Especially if I make some sort of wrap. Now this feels like it's got a little bit too much space here. So we were a touch under 5. And here we're at 6. So these should be 5 3/4. And yeah, it does matter to me. I'm not going to take all this time to do this and then have this book not feel like something I would want to buy, right? Okay, so I'm going to take the gaffer's tape and cover this. But what I also need to think of is how I want to decorate my covers. Whether I want to do it with fabric, which I do have some stacks of fabric over here. Let's see what this is. This shirt has never fit me correctly. No, it's too stretchy. Alright guys, I'm going to put you on hold, and I'll come back in a little bit. I kind of need to step away for a minute, and I definitely need to work on these signatures here just a little bit, and then I'll come back to you. And again, that feels a little bit too much too. Even if we have it centered, which we should. Is the book too tall? It is a little bit too tall. I think it would be great to take off of the height 1/4 inch at least. Okay guys, we're getting closer. All right, we'll chat soon. Okay, love ya. Bye. Even centered. You're not even really centered. God darn it. Okay, bye.